Hello everyone, my name is Kevin Neibert. I'm the lead game designer for Livelock, and I'm pleased to share a playthrough of our PAX East build with you. Livelock is a top-down cooperative twin-stick shooter set in the 22nd century, the age of the machine. Nearly a century after the cataclysm, humanity is on the brink of survival. Players take control of a capital intellect, a human consciousness uploaded to a large mechanical chassis. As one of the few remaining capital intellects, they must battle 3 corrupted machine clusters to break the cycle of infinite war before humanity is forgotten to the annals of history. Players can select from 3 playable characters. Each character has its own unique personality, an arsenal of weapons and special abilities. Players can play as Hex, the trash-talking lone wolf marksman, Vanguard, the philosophical close-quarters brawler, or Catalyst, the rough-around-the-edges support specialist and drone expert. The main story of Livelock unfolds across 22 missions, separated into 3 distinct chapters. Each chapter features a different enemy machine cluster that brings its own unique challenges to the battlefield. Every enemy in Livelock has multiple attacks to choose from. Throughout the game, players will learn the strengths and weaknesses of each enemy, how to avoid their attacks, and which ones can be exploited to their advantage. Players will have to think and react quickly to fight back the near-endless hordes of corrupted machines. Playable with up to 3 players via online multiplayer, Livelock delivers a fast-paced co-op experience. It's no walk in the park though. As more players join, the difficulty is adjusted dynamically, making enemies more powerful and dangerous. Players must take full use of their weapons and special abilities to defeat the rogue machines. Here we can see Catalyst using her forge weapon to weaken enemy armor, making them take bonus damage from all sources. In addition, she can dispense some badly needed repairs to her allies, keeping them in the fight. We've put a huge focus on the level environments to deliver a moody and apocalyptic backdrop to the story. Each level is filled with destructible objects that help players get a feeling for the scale and raw power of their machine. Vanguard likes to lead from the front. Here we can see him smashing his way through the entrance of the abandoned power plant. These massive robots don't need to open the heavy blast doors. They can walk right through them. Players will earn experience by completing mission directives and destroying enemies. As they level up their character, players will unlock additional weapons and functions that allow them to customize their character based on their preferred playstyle. As players explore levels, they will find other damaged machines and supply chests that contain blue carbon nanotubes. These are part of our weapon upgrade system. The carbon nanotubes can be spent to level up their weapon stats, increasing damage, rate of fire, stability, and clip size. Hex is a master of hit-and-run tactics. Here you can see him dropping down some cluster mines that will detonate when triggered by a nearby enemy. With help from Catalyst's turret, the players have this area on lockdown. In the next room, we'll encounter 2 new enemy types, the Pounder and the Forsaken. Pounders will attempt to attack players at close range with their hydraulic-powered fists. At close range, the Pounder is extremely dangerous. If the player moves out of range, the Pounder will use a jump attack to try to close the distance. The jump attack leaves an effect on the ground that will indicate where the Pounder will land. The player will then have an opportunity to avoid taking damage by dodging the attack. If the Pounder connects, it will knock down the player temporarily. Forsaken are armed with a high-powered autocannon that after a short charge-up can deal massive damage in a wide area. Players would be wise to avoid that area while the Forsaken is firing. Let's see how our players do. First, Vanguard uses the Countermeasures ability, which taunts nearby enemies and reduces their damage output. He then deploys Reflection Array, which reflects incoming enemy projectiles. Catalyst then activates her repair drones and uses the Forge to repair her allies. Unfortunately, Catalyst gets separated from the others and takes critical damage from 2 Forsaken at close range. But don't worry, if a few is destroyed, their memory is uploaded and transferred to a fresh machine, which returns to the surface in a 3D printing pod. The drop pod also deals damage wherever it lands, making it the perfect tool to deal revenge. This encounter highlights the importance of working together and sticking together as a team. The next area will feature a new enemy type called the Dampener. The Dampener has a huge blade on its arm that deals massive damage at close range. At long range, the dampener will lob vortex bombs that slow down players and deal damage in a small area. These bombs are especially dangerous in tight corridors, like the ones we'll see shortly here in the power plant. A group of players from PAX East aptly named them the Hallways of Death, a term we have come to embrace in the office. Next we will see Hex use his ultimate ability, Orbital Strike. Orbital Strike deals massive damage in a large area, which is perfect for wiping out swarms of small enemies and taking a big chunk out of larger enemies. Also, we will see Hex use his Ultra Velocity ability to quickly dance across the battlefield, looking for a safe firing position. Ultra Velocity is useful both as a gap closer and escape tool if things get too hot. In the final encounter, we will get a glimpse of our upgraded enemy system. Upgraded enemies are larger and more dangerous versions of the normal enemies. They have a colored shield which gives them extra health. Each time an upgraded enemy spawns, it will randomly pull a trait from a pre-generated list. Some of the upgraded enemy traits increase stats such as health, speed, and damage, while other traits grant enhanced utility abilities like teleporter or black hole, which pulls players in towards them. Enemy upgraded traits add significant replayability and keeps players on their toes, as they never know which kind of upgraded enemy they will face next. I hope you enjoyed this walkthrough of Livelock. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of the gameplay. Cheers.